Okay, so this is Dean Cotterill of the 13th of May 2017. Right, so we're just following Dean, country roads just up from Ladybower, and he's moving over to the left of the right-hand bends, but he's falling into the apex, which is putting him too near the oncoming car. That seems to be a recurring fault. Now back into the middle of the lane, which is good, but he's drifting out to the outside to see around that bend and ignoring the fact that there's oncoming traffic, and he's not moving to the middle of the lane for his safety bubble. And then we've got a right-hander coming up, he's moved to the left, but again he's falling into the apex and there's oncoming traffic. And that's not good. We need to break that bad habit. Right, we're looking for an overtake. We're following the white lines. You can see that they are white. Looked at it for the opportunity, decided against it because there's something oncoming. That's not a bad thing, really. Good decision, bit of restraint. Showed that you were keen, but also showed that you were thinking and decided better of it. Good decision. Right, as we drive further up this road and moving over to the left so we can see around, and this is much better with the oncoming traffic. That's where you want to be on a road like this. Everything's going fast, you're moving away. Now we're looking further up, sorry about the vibration. You see the cyclist, so he's moved over for the cyclist, one coming the other way, and then back over to the left so we can see around this bend again. This is great. Okay, there's lay-by on the right, so look out for traffic on the right. Cyclist again, oncoming cars, you have to balance the risks. Give the cyclist plenty of room, I agree with that, that was a good one. Okay, now then, I know there's the road separator, but there's no chance of an overtake, so we're holding the 2-second separation rule, and really I'd be just in the middle of the lane. You've got oncoming traffic, give it plenty of room like that, that's better. More oncoming traffic, keep well over, give it plenty of room, don't let yourself drift over like that when there's oncoming traffic, because you can see it's there, so get out of its way. And the car in front's running ahead again, he's up to the speed limit, there's no chance of an overtake, so just hold 2 seconds behind, and again that's good separation from the side road, and then back over to the left so you can see round the bend for this next corner. Sorry about the vibration, which is a shame because your position was quite good there. Now all the time I'm trying to look beyond the car in front, I'm looking between his wheels as we go over that hill, anything that might indicate that there's something in front of him that I can't see. Oncoming traffic, you're in the middle of the lane, that's good. This is where we need you every single time. Then back out to the outside so you can see further down the road. Okay, there's oncoming traffic over to the left, because you can see the road bears off to the right, so you might as well be well over to the left and stay to the left so you're in great position for them looking round this right hand bend. Don't fall into the apex, but you did. Never mind. Okay, there's oncoming traffic and you're in the middle, and you're in plenty of time, so that's fine. And you're well over to the left. The roadside, so there's a sharp right hander, so get into the left hand part of the lane so you can see around it. Don't fall into the apex, especially with oncoming traffic. Okay, so we're still running down the road now, this is looking good. Oncoming traffic, get over into the middle of the lane. And back out again. Oncoming traffic, maybe you saw that before I did, so stay in the middle of the lane, and this is good. To the outside to see around this bend. Your left hand bends, your position is pretty good, it's the right handers that seem to be fooling. Anyway, there's the oncoming traffic over to the middle in plenty of time, and yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, all this is pretty good. You're moving into the right position. There's nothing fundamentally wrong. I would just suggest though that the instant you see this oncoming traffic, move, because it tells everybody behind that you've seen it, and you're in a good position. Plenty of everybody can see you in good time. All this now is absolutely fine, Dean. You're doing great again. Let's just see how you do on this next right hander. So your left hand lane, and that was a bit better. Yeah, that was the line that you took there was much better. I don't know if you could spot the difference, but it was much better. That's what we want to see. on right-hand bends. Okay, oncoming traffic into that middle of the lane. Get there early. Don't get there just before they arrive. I want you there well before that, because if somebody decides to pop its head out and try and pass any of them, you'll see it early and give it even more room. So again, as soon as you see that traffic almost on the horizon, if it's oncoming, get out of the way. That's it. Well over to the left for the right-hander, and let's see how you do on this one. So it stayed out to the left all the way around. That's better. Don't fall into the apex. Unless you can see round, and you see then you're on the apex. That car came a bit quick and we weren't in a great position. Not too bad for those. Okay. So traffic density is building up gradually, so that's telling you that we approaching built up areas. I don't know if you've noticed there's a lot more traffic oncoming, a few more things in front of us, and it's all telling you that we're heading towards a town. Okay, well over to the left of the right, and cutting that apex was fine because you could see around the bend fine, and it put in a good position for the side roads on the left, so that was perfectly acceptable, that one. Okay, you see the oncoming traffic, and you're well over, in plenty of time you were well over there. That's what we want to see every time. Again, pedestrians and things, give them good berth. You don't know that they've not got a dog that's out of control or something like that. Well over to the left now to see around this bend. I'd have been further over left than that. So this is running nicely. You see the road goes off to the left, so you're on the outside of the bend for that. That's pretty good. You can see the oncoming traffic move over a little bit earlier if you can. The road to the left, so you have to kind of balance that between a right-hander and you took the middle of the road. You see this big vehicle, get well over to the left, really right over, that's it, and stay over for this bend. Okay, and keep well out of the way this oncoming traffic. Again, the roads, there tend to be a number of side roads is increasing, oncoming traffic's increasing, so it's a bit of a balancing act, and usually when you get to that, something like the middle of the lane is what you need, but it's opened up again. So we can consider positioning a little bit more. Oncoming traffic over to, that's it, great. Yeah, good clearance for the cyclist. I like all this. I don't know about you, but I can't see you using your mirrors very much. Maybe it's just your helmet doesn't give it away so easily. Okay, you have to balance oncoming traffic with the cyclist. That's about right. Good positioning for this oncoming traffic. More oncoming traffic, so again, don't get tempted to drift out to the outside when there's obviously traffic coming towards us. This is great. Again, we've got driveways, side roads and all sorts coming back at us again. So I'll just take that the middle lane, which you are doing, and this is very good. Nice to slow down for the 30. Shame your Observed didn't. And we're now to a built up zone. Yeah, nicely balancing all the competing hazards. Where's the mirror check? There's another one. Starting to do it now in the built-up area. As you can see, there's houses left, right, and centre now, and you're balancing them great. You've got a good separation of the car in front, which is giving you good visibility, good chance to see what's going on, and to get a nice clean position, and it really shows. Now we've got the red lights. Let's have a little look. I'm going to run ahead for a bit. Okay, so follow my line. Again, I've got parked cars, oncoming traffic, so I'm just splitting the difference between the two. Popping down this road. Now that we've got a bus and it's indicating they're going to pull over, so we've got some oncoming traffic, I've got parked cars. I'm trying to balance between those two. I'm looking down the inside of this bus. There's another car coming, I don't know if you saw that, and eerie pops. I'm still looking down the inside of the bus. Now I can't see, but there was nothing coming, so I'm pulling right out. Still clear to go, and round the bus we go, and we're into clear space again. Bus coming the other way, well over to the left-hand side of this lane. This oncoming traffic. There is a road to my left, but it's a big wide one. I can see there's no traffic, so I'm keeping left. Okay, we're past that traffic, and as I'm coming around this corner, there's more on. So I'm staying on the inside of that bend, and now I'm staying on the middle of the lane. I've got again plenty of side roads, occasional bits of oncoming traffic and pedestrians and stuff. More oncoming traffic here, look, so I'm just trying to balance that between the side road, so I'm just going down the middle of the lane. It's 30 miles an hour, and that's about the best I can do, I think, in these circumstances as we run down the hill. A bit more oncoming traffic. There's nothing more on my left hand side, so I've moved over a bit more, giving them a bit more space. Right, run down the hill. You can see the lights are at red, so I'm slowing right down. I don't even hear the gears going down, but I'm getting myself, as I'm down to kind of first gear territory, I'm in first gear, I'm crawling, I'm holding it back on the back right, lights have changed, and off we go. So it's a nice clean getaway as fast as those lights change, we were off. Past the parked cars, as wide a berth as I can give them, there's nothing oncoming, so that's no problem. And then back into the middle of my lane as the traffic's getting heavier, and we've got again oncoming traffic, side roads, parked cars, pedestrians, we've got everything. Okay, we've got a green light here, but it's changed to red, so we'll pull over, let the associate run ahead again. Now we can see the traffic's really building up, there are going to be good filtering opportunities. Let's see how we get on. Good berth to that bus. Parked car, oncoming traffic, nicely balanced, moving over a little bit, but you're basically running down the middle of the lane, which is where I would be. Parked cars, again, moved over. There's a little bit of some oncoming traffic, but you've got time to get over again before he comes. So, again, very, very nicely done this bit. You can see the parked cars, you're out early, right onto that white line. There's nothing coming the other way for a bit. So might some separating. Keep an eye on the hospital for anything pulling out, but there is nothing. We've got a bit of clear space, middle of the lane. This is absolutely fine. Road bear to the right, ease to the left. See, like I've done, so you can see more around that bend. Don't fall into the apex. Right then. Okay, so we're running down to the next set of traffic lights. There are bus lanes, so we're going to go straight ahead. There's a bus lane that filters to the right. Now, it's bordered by a solid white line, so you can't cross it. We can't use that one. If it had been bordered by a dotted line, then we could have used it and just gone up to the front. But correctly, you stayed in lane, had just held behind this car. Now when you're in heavy traffic like this, it is quite easy to get fixated on the car in front and just follow it. Well, we don't do that. We're looking beyond that one. You see there's another car in front of him, and we're looking down there to see what's happening. You see, so it's not the car in front I'm looking at, it's the car in front of him. That's where I'm looking. See, one in front, brake lights come on, so just be a little bit wary of speed control. The lights have just changed again, and we're going to be turning left, so into the left-hand lane. Yep, that's fine. Now I'm looking down at that roundabout now. I'm getting a feel for what's happening on the roundabout. I'm looking between the traffic, lights are changing. You can see it's reasonably heavy, but it is moving. So again, we're keeping an eye on the right-hand side, what's coming onto that roundabout. We've got a bit of freedom here. I can't see anything conflicting with us, so let's take it. Come on, we could have gone a little bit earlier than that. Right, so we take this lane, follow it round, the traffic building up, get into your right-hand lane where we're going to go a bit early. Get out there early. Okay, traffic lights, the brake lights ahead, just keep an eye on that. But now you can see the white van. I'm looking past the white van to get a feel for how the traffic's building up and moving at that point down there. That's where I'm looking and beyond if I can, just to see how the traffic. It is moving. It's moving well. But again, I'm not looking at the car in front. I'm looking beyond that van in the left-hand lane. Right, we come down to the traffic lights. Is there a gap between the two lanes that will get me to the front? I'm having a look. It's a little bit tight. I don't think you've even thought about looking. It is a bit tight. We'll give you that good decision. Right, that's a good distance to be behind the car in front when we're looking for filter opportunities. You can see again in front of him and in front of several others. You see how the traffic's kind of building up. At this point, I'm looking as much behind me to get a feel for what opportunities and what kind of gaps might be available behind me, or is the traffic going to crowd me out, as I am in front. But I'm again looking right at these cars. They're all just started to. The lights have just changed. The white one is where I'm looking. Okay, and he's gone up the right-hand fork. We're staying to the left. And you can see the blue car and the one in the inside lane, that's where I'm looking. Okay, all the time I'm looking to see how they're behaving, because they'll tell me about the traffic lights and things. Okay, I'll be checking behind, see if I've got gaps that I can jump into if I need. Approaching the traffic light area. Now the slightly contentious one, if it be me, I can see no problem with going down that cycle lane. There are no cyclists about, it's a dotted line and it's a good gap which would have got me to the front of those lights and away, beat everybody. Not everybody would. It's not illegal. Okay, now I think you're a bit too close to that blue one in front. It's a bit blocking your view for everything else. Okay, you can see the lights are changing. Car just gone past us. Hopefully opportunity, but we've not really taken it. And again, it had a little look. Not obvious on here, but we could have gone down that cycle lane, got to the front and been away again. Who dares wins. Right, I think you're a bit tired by this point and you're fixated on that blue van. And you can see the lane on the right hand side is moving better than this one, so I'm going to take it. Fed up of that blue van. And the traffic's moving away, look, lorry moves and as if by magic, gap appears and I'm into clear space again. Okay, I'm bearing off to the left. So the car's also, now I don't know if he's just changing lane or whether he's going to cut me up, so I'm just giving him space to do it if he needs. If not, so I'm going to use the cycle lane and just get to the front of this traffic. There's two lanes bearing left. We're going to take the outside lane till we're past the car on my left hand side, and then we're going to cut over once it's clear to do so. Right, change and we're off. so holding this lane. Accelerator, we're past that car, and so now I can pull over, well over to the left so I can see around the right hand bend. It's a nice two lane there. I can see all the way down to the next set of traffic lights, which are not playing ball. So we're slowing back, right back down, see if I can manage to do this without having to stop. First one's changed, second one's changing, just about get away with it. Maybe, yeah, did it. And we are rolling. I'm comfortably close to the car in front, the lane's clear, so I'm moving out. I've got back to my 2-second gap to the car in front. Okay, light's not being cooperative, but move over, let the associate have a go. Lights are changing and we're off. Okay, so we've got two. We're now into dual carriageways, a 40 limit. This is a good sort of following position. Watch what's happening with those lights. You can see this traffic, so you know your lights are at red. And let's have a look down the middle now. If we take the middle early, people will park for you. Like this, you see, that's a big gap. Lights are at red, into first gear, ready to go. Oh, we're going to be looking. Lights have changed, and off we go. That's it. Clear space again. Back into the outside lane. I don't need it. He's moved over. There we go. Okay, same again with these lights. If you get your timing right, it's like Mr. Green Light. Okay, and then we pull back over to the left-hand side. And off we go down the dual carriageway. Keep an eye out on the left-hand side roads, but there are also right-hand side roads to be aware of. So I'm just kind of taking roughly, just in the middle. Watch this white van. Be prepared to move over if you have to. He did stop, so that's good. Right, we've got another car in front of me. Just saw him kind of go around that bend. So as we approach the bend and we bear to the left, what's happening in front? He's gone, he's got caught by the lights. I'm into the outside lane again. Into the right gear, plenty of time, lights have changed and we're off. And we're past these before they really got rolling, and then we're back over to the left hand side for the right hand bend, so we get a good view around the corner. There's a bridge, bears off to the left, so I'm right over to the right. There's no oncoming traffic, so I'm right on the centre line, so I've got a good view around this corner, holding the centre line, oncoming traffic, and I'm moved over to the middle of the lane again. Pulling up to these lights, trying not to stop, but I don't think we're going to get away with it. Nope, can't win them all. And we're off. We're getting into the outside lane to get past this red van. That's it. I need to do it without stopping this time, and we are rolling. I'm a bit too close to the car in front, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm going to push him out of the way. I'm getting into his outside mirror because that tempts him to move over for me, which he does, and I've got clear space again. So I'm holding the outside lane because it's nice and clear. I'm a bit conscious this Volvo might pull over, but he hasn't done. And I'm just holding this outside lane. I'm trying to make sure that I can see the van driver in his mirror, and on the hope that he can also see me if he suddenly decides to change lanes in front of me. Giving him plenty of space to do it if he needs, but I'm holding this outside lane. I'm going to turn right at this roundabout. Traffic's building up. I'm staying in the right-hand lane, slowing right down. Lights have changed, so we're going to take it and we're off. Okay, keep an eye out on this Mercedes, wandering a little bit, but we've got two lanes. We're still passing on the inside with plenty of space. Stay on the outside lane, make sure we've got well past him, and then move over to the left-hand lane. So now I've got lots of clear space in front. You can see a bit of traffic. Looks like there's a roundabout coming up according to the signs. So we slow right. The car in front is stopped. So we slow right down, right down. And let's see if we're going to get away with this one. Traffic keeps merging from the right. Not going to get away with it. Never mind. Sorry about my dog. Right, I'm keeping to the left-hand lane here because I can out-accelerate the red car in the second lane, so I've got a shorter distance to go, and that puts me into clear space. When I can see he's kind of well behind me, I move over and take that outside lane. Okay, and again, the outside lane is remaining clear, and I'm holding it. And everything's slowing down and stopping again. And really, that's it.